Well, did you know Hortney? Did you know Hortney before you went to the party?
No, not Courtney.
Courtney. Courtney. Okay. Did you know Courtney?
Could you hold this for Taylor when she's a kitty?
Sure.
Don't he hasn't dropped me because they're baby cats.
Oh, okay.
And
Go. Papa's reading the wolf story.
Yeah, you can probably open the house up. It's a nice
You
breeze
like
out
this one, Ada?
Man, you know when
You
Mama
like
does
this
she's
one,
gonna
I
sweat,
said.
Brenda, and I don't want to hear that. So I just leave it on
Mommy,
until she gets here.
you
Go.
like this black
Papa's
cat?
telling
Yes, here
You
we'll
like this black cat?
I love
gradually
that black cat. It's beautiful.
trick you. Right?
Aren't we gonna
Little
go
by
in the
little.
pool?
What time are they supposed to be
Papa,
back?
aren't we gonna go in the pool?
Not today, baby.
I
Tomorrow.
really don't know.
Guys,
I
don't-
thought they'd be back by now.
Christian, be careful, please.
Come on, Christian boy, let's sit down. Let's sit down, listen to this. Oh, you sitting? You're sitting on your brother's lap. Okay, he goes to the house. Now he's really getting tired, but the thought of ham on rye gets him re-inspired. He blows at his foe till his lungs feel all tattered. The pigs feel exposed cause their house has been scattered. Wolfie chases his prey. Soon dinner he'll be hogging, but he can't keep up with the pigs that jogging. 3 pigs are hiding, their time they are biding. Safe in house made of brick with aluminum siding. Now Wolfie decides to give it one more chance. He sucks up the air, almost busting his pants. He lets out the air at the door with a roar, and the shack is intact as he slumps to the floor.
I can't see, Papa.
Wolfie plumb tuck it out, and the pigs dance about, because they won't get roasted with apples in their snouts. Pigs celebrating,
Daddy.
Hmm?
the wolf they'll be rating.
Okay.
He's got a plan for house infiltrating. Paw over paw, Wolfie climbs up the shack to slide down the chimney in a sneak swine attack. Halfway down, clothes are soiling, and Wolfie is recoiling. In the fireplace below, the pig soup is boiling. He pops out the chimney, hits the ground with a boink. The pigs shout, "Yahoo!" But it sounds more like oink. So the pigs are the winners, and the wolf's feeling thinner. So he'll check out Grandma's to see what's for dinner. Little Red.
There's the Riding Hood.
Oh, Little Red's all decked out in her little red suit. Look at that.
We're Riding Hood.
Yeah. Now the wolf, he couldn't get his pig, so he's going to go over to Grandma's house and see if he can get Little Red Riding Hood.
He's allergic to everything. Wolves are. He's gonna try to be a granny.
Oh, he's going to try to be a granny and try to fool Red Riding Hood into thinking he is her granny?
Yeah, he's gonna be her granny.
Well, let's read this and see what happens here. Wolves everywhere, you know me, the meanest wolf in history. No one warned me when I saw the girl down the block all sweet as girls. I decided to pursue her. Went right up to her. Asked where she was going, my plan to subdue her. Said she was going to Granny's with a basket full of goodies. Had a long way to travel through pines, vines, and woods. Now I hadn't eaten in many, many days. I was walking around in a mean, hungry haze. So I had to do something. I couldn't be lazy. If I didn't eat soon, I'd go crazy. I got this idea and I ran off quick. Took my own little shortcut through the leaves, grass, and stick. I put feet to ground and then ground to feet. And when I got to Grandma's, a girl I had beat. She beat the girl to Grandma. And now I know this seemed like a happy wolf story. But keep listening to me because it gets pretty gory. I opened the door and saw Granny there. Felt a bump on my head as I was hit with a chair. I found out Grannies can be mighty rough, though weak in physique. They're really quite tough. But I finally tired the old Granny out
That
and locked
he's
her in the closet.
pretending
with
he's
my
the
first shower.
granny.
This is Granny with the chair. She hit him on the head with a chair. Old Grandma's tough, see? Old Grandma's tough when it looks like somebody's about to hurt her grandkids. So I needed a disguise to change head to toes. Now, I know this sounds silly, but I put on my clothes. As I relaxed in a nightgown before beginning my chase, I was feeling sort of pretty in the old lady's lace. There was a knock on the door. It had to be the girl. I leapt across the floor and into bed with a twirl. Pulled the covers up fast all the way to my eyes. Feeling pretty silly in my granny disguise. As the girl walked in, she pulled off her hood. Had a pain in my stomach, this would come out so good. There was not any girl I had met in the wood. I was trifling with little Rapping Hood. Boy, Little Rapping Hood, she's going right at him. She's got a, she look at her, her face is all, she's mad. She got a mean look on her face. And she's going after that wolf with all his big teeth. And even though he's got on Granny's big feet.
He's hurt. He's hurt.
No, that's his big feet. See, that's his big feet.
Because he's hurt.
Is he hurt?
I think it's scraped up.
That's his big foot that he's got claws on his feet. She said, "Yo, Wily Wolf, I see through your disguise. You not my granny. I can tell by your eyes. Your eyes are the size of those mean wolf guys who hide in bed. So don't tell me no lies." I was taken aback by Little Red's attack. It took several seconds before I could react. I said, "I am your granny, but my eyes are swollen. They were stung by a bee while I was out strolling." And Red said, "No, you're not. You lie a lot. Just look at the size of those claws you got. They're all hairy and scary and very, very long. Don't you say you're my granny, because I tell you, you're wrong." One more time,
Funny, Mommy.
I tried to add
My
lib.
laugh?
I sat for a moment and thought up this feel. I am your granny.
I gotta run to the store.
The winds can be bold, so I wear these
I'll be right
earmuffs to keep up the cold. If you my granny, then why the big nose? Little Red said, accusing as she sat on my toes. Don't tell me it's cold, or you've been stung by a bee, because my granny's nose is the size of a flea. I said, "I know it's big," as I faked the sob. I tried to improve it with a fancy nose job. When they took off the bandage and I looked at my face, I was sad and mad how my nose was disgraced. Red said, "The stories you tell are beyond belief. I know you're a wolf. Just look at your teeth. They are long and sharp, not short and round, and you look foolish and ugly in Granny's nightgown." Boy, he looks a mess, doesn't he? As a wolf, I just couldn't take no more. I leapt out of the bed and Red ran to the door. I said, "Get out of here quick before my temper blows. I may not be your granny, but I look good in her clothes." Red ran away, and I thought that was that. I went to the wardrobe and found my hat. Heard a horrible sound and turned around. It was the sound of the door crashing down to the ground. Little Red is about to get out of there, man. She's about digging. A woodsman came in and swung the axe at me. There was no time for thinking, only to flee. The guy was as big as a big ocean whale. And he just kept on swinging, almost getting my tail. That's a big guy there with that axe. See that big axe he's got? Look at that big axe. See him swinging that big axe guy? He looks like Paul Bunyan, doesn't he? I ran out the door, still in Granny's dress. Everything seemed to blur this time of the stress. Little Red wasn't there to get used to the word. To me, at the time, it sounded absurd. She said, "Wolfie, you better change your diet. Eat anything else, steam it or fry it. Because girls and grannies aren't meant to be eaten."